This is Sunday School at Home, and today it's Sunday School at Home in the backyard. So, today I'm going to talk about something in the Bible that's called a psalm, and a psalm is like a poem or a song. David, that we talked about before, who was a shepherd boy and then he became a king, and then before he even became a king, he killed Goliath. And so we talked about that, how he used a slingshot. And that was pretty amazing. And he knew how to use a slingshot because he had been a shepherd. And he had a staff that looked like this, made out of wood. And then he had a slingshot. And that was the only things that he had to protect the sheep from bears or lions or any other danger, and to keep them safe. And so this psalm talks about how Jesus is a good shepherd because he does the same thing for us. He keeps us safe from danger. He watches over us. He takes care of us. And so David actually wrote this psalm comparing Jesus to the good shepherd. So again, this is the 23rd Psalm from the Old Testament. The psalm that many love the best is one that tells how we are blessed. The psalm is number 23. It says a lot to you and me. The psalm was written by a king, and that was David, who thanked the Lord for everything. His name was David, and he knew that God is faithful. God is true. King David was not always king. In youth, he did a different thing. He was a shepherd sent to keep his father's precious flock of sheep. So this song or poem starts with these words: the Lord is my shepherd. So God is like a shepherd. That means he's the one who really cares. Those old-time shepherds love their sheep. God's love for you is wide and deep. And then it says, I shall not want. That means God knows exactly what you need. And that is what he gives indeed. Not only food and drink and such, but other things we need so much. Then it says, he makes me lie down in green pastures. Well, sheep are led where grass is green. So often in our lives we've seen that God has led us to a place where we've delighted in his grace. He leads me beside still waters. Amid the world's great troubled strife, we still can lead a peaceful life. Like those still waters of this psalm, God shows us how life can be calm. So if you've ever been by a stream or a very peaceful lake, you'll know how wonderful that makes you feel and how calm and peaceful it makes you feel. When we are down and feeling sad and thinking things have all gone bad, this psalm reminds us God is here to still our hearts and calm our fear. So that explains what this part means. He restores my soul. So that means when we are scared or upset, he calms our soul and teaches us how to trust in him. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. That means he shows us what is right and good and helps us to do the things we should. He shows us that true happiness lies in good things that he will bless. This is a little bit of a scary part. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. So the shepherds of King David's day had rods or staffs, like I showed you in the beginning, to keep wild beasts away. A rod was like a club, you see, a club that caused the beast to flee. Most children at some times have seen that there are kids who can be mean. They act just like an enemy and want to bully you and me. But our good shepherd sees it all and listens to us when we call. He's never like those enemies, and he forbids such acts as these. You can always count on him to be with us through everything. Then it says, you prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, and my cup overflows. So, this is what it means when your cup overflows. These would be like the good things that God is giving us. So, our cup is full. But guess what? He keeps giving us more and more and more and more blessings until our cup totally overflows with blessings. More blessings than we can even hold. King David said that he was glad for something else that shepherds have. The shepherd used a staff sometimes to guide the sheep through dips and climbs. God doesn't use a staff that way, but still he guides us every day. The Bible that he gave is true and shows just how he cares for you. We've not deserved his gift each day. We're more like sheep who've gone astray. That means that kind of ran off. He doesn't punish us. Instead, he showers blessings on our heads. And then the last part of this psalm says, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. So what David was saying was that you can be certain, come what may, that God will bless you every day. His goodness to you overflows. His depths of mercy no one knows. Through all your life, he is with you. And when at last this life is through, you'll dwell with him in heaven above, forever with the shepherd's love. So this whole psalm that David wrote was like a prayer, and he was praising God for taking care of us and watching over us in every situation. And that's what we need to do too, and that's what we need to remember today, and to be so thankful for Jesus, God, being our good shepherd. Have a great Sunday. Enjoy a beautiful day, and I'll see you next week.